All right, good morning. This is the Denville High School Engineering NTI Day 3 video. So I'm going to go over steps for today. And as I get ready to go over that, let me just comment on this post to classroom. For the remainder of this project, just to keep classroom from getting too cluttered, I'm going to post all these daily videos onto this one post right here. So if you look over here, you're going to see NTI number 2. That was yesterday's video. Later today, video will be added. You'll have NTI 3 here as well. Right here, this slideshow, or this set of slides, is posted as an example of a journal for the Compound Machines project. So if you go through this post, it'll have all of those things listed. And then it'll make it a little easier for you to come down here and find the other assignments from the project. So over here on the daily journal, this is posted to the class page. One thing I want to comment on, it says day 1. That's really step 1, step 2, step 3. You don't have to do day 1 on day 1 or day 2 on day 2. You can do these when you can do these. I know a lot of you have a lot of things going on. You may have brothers or sisters or other people that you're helping with their own NTI work. And so if you don't get to this every single day, that I understand. The goal would be that day 5 is about halfway through the project. So that would be this coming Friday. By day 5, you should have an entry for most of these first 5 steps. So I should be able to come on here and see that you have some images of your process uploaded. That'd be great. And then day 10, down here, goal is then a week from Friday, 2 weeks into this project, you're able to put up a video or some really good pictures of your machine that you've made. Okay, other clarifications. Your machine, I think I mentioned this yesterday, can be a mechanism. It can just be a compound machine that does a problem. It can also be a Rube Goldberg. So if you would want to make kind of a Rube Goldberg, a good example, if you go to YouTube and you Google Joseph's machines, you'll find the Pass the Salt machine that we watched in class. You'll find a few others. Okay, so enough intro material. Just a reminder, that's where you can find these things. So here on my sample one, my define the problem is I'm going to launch a tennis ball for our dog Lola. Yesterday I talked about some similar things that I think I might be able to use. There's the computer fan again, kicking out and making noise. Maybe a throwing arm like this, ratchet and crank, and bicycle inner tube. So today, I've started to sketch some ideas. So that's today's step, and I'm going to go over that sketch with you to finish out this demo. So let's look at this sketch. All right, so tennis ball launcher idea. Here's a sketch I put together this morning of how I think I might do this. If we look at this sketch, I've got a throwing arm, and at the end of that throwing arm, maybe just a little cup to hold the tennis ball. That throwing arm is a first-class lever. To crank the arm back, well, let's back up. You notice down here at the bottom of the arm, I have this drawn in here. The idea is that's going to be, I'm going to dig around and see if I can't find a hook or something that I can attach some sort of elastic force. Now, I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet. I have some inner tubes. I've got some kind of elastic bungee cords, and I'm going to experiment with those with something here. Back to an anchor. So I need to build that anchor. Anyways, we got some elastic force that's going to be pulling this arm. This arm is going to pull back by. To pull it back, I think I'm going to build a drum on the other side of that arm over here and wind a string around the drum. So this is really a wheel and axle. If you look at this, this is a wheel and axle. And on that drum, just have a nail for that string to attach to. Now back here, I've got a ratcheting mechanism set up. And one thing you'll notice is that I've got a large drum and a small mechanism. And now, right now, reviewing my design, I realize that's probably going to give me the wrong kind of mechanical advantage. I'm probably going to need a large drum. Anyways, I'll come back to this later and see if I need to change that. The idea is back here there's going to be a little ratcheting mechanism. There'll be a pawl that will notch into these teeth. to keep it from rotating forward when I don't want it to. That pawl will probably also be a release lever. So two things I need to design is a way to keep that clicked in, and then also a string to just let that go so this can fly forward when it needs to. Alright, other things that are going on here, so that ratchet and the wheel gear for the pawl, there's actually an incline plane in there where that clicks in. We have another first class lever here on the pawl. I'm going to have a base for some stability. We've got a crank, which is another wheel and axle. And then up here, just kind of a top view of this machine and how it might go together. Looking at it there, I might need to restructure this. So I've got some things still yet to figure out. If I start listing out the mechanisms that I have so far, I've got mechanism 1, I've got lever, I have a wheel and axle, I have an incline plane, and I'm not sure exactly yet. I am planning to use a pulley in here. So you notice up at the top it says pulley, so I'm going to add a pulley to this list. I don't know yet where that pulley is going to go. That pulley might sit on this rope that wraps around the drum, just to increase force, but I'm also worried that that's going to become a little dangerous as this flies forward. That pulley might just be used down here as a way to loosen and release this pawl. Now, you notice that's only 4. So, number 5, I don't know yet. So, mechanisms, simple machines I haven't used yet include the screw and the wedge. So, I have to think about that. I'm not sure if I can quite call that a wedge, where that pawl clicks into that little notch, but maybe. I might get desperate. Call that my 5th mechanism, the wedge. In any case, this is today's step, or step 3. You don't have to necessarily do it in the 3rd day. And good luck. I hope you're having fun starting to design some of these things. I've seen some of your ideas come in, everything from a bathroom machine to put a ball in a cup, and a machine to turn the water off. I like the ideas, so look forward to seeing what the ideas you send in.